Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good evening, sir. My name is Yusuf Olatunji Adegoyin. I would like to talk about the land registration procedure in China that will cover the definition, legal basis, advantages, weaknesses, and conclusions. First of all, the introduction to the legal registration in China. The registration of land rights provide the legal and administrative foundation for secure tenure, property transaction, and land use planning in China. The land registration procedure has undergone significant reform in recent decades, reflecting the country's evolving legal framework for immovable property rights and efforts to improve efficiency, transparency, and certainty. This essay defines the registration procedure in China, explain how it works, outline its advantages and weaknesses or challenges, and then offer a concluding assessment. The definition of land registration. Land registration in China is a legally mandated administrative procedure through which ownership, use rights, and other real rights over land and its attachments are officially recorded by competent government authorities pursuant to the land administration law, property law, and professional regulation on real estate regulations. Registration is administered by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Local Bureaus. Such registration serves as legal proof and the basis for recognition, protection, and transfer of real property rights, becoming effective only upon completion of the registration as stipulated by China national law. The legal basis for land registration in China. Key legislation and regulation include the first one, Article 11 to 13 of LAL of the China of 1986 as amended by the law of 2019 mandates the registration and certification, covers statutory duties and legal protection. Secondly, Article 6, 9, and 10 of the Property Law of 2007 of China establish registration as constitutive acts and give legal effect to right upon registration. Third, the Article 1 to 3 of Law 2005 of the Provisional Regulation on the Real Estate Registration unify the real estate registration and create unified nationwide system. The fourth one, Chapter 7 of the Urban Real Estate Administration Law of 1994, as amended by the law as amended in 2007, governs urban property registration, regulates urban land use rights registration, and lastly, supporting regulation and administration measure the implementation of the Land Administration Law of 1998, clarify procedure for local and registration and issuance of certificates, and also it also regulates on the assignment of the transfer of the right to the use of state-owned land in urban areas, 1990. Details registration procedure for granted land use rights. The last one, Ministry of Natural Resources Notice post 2018 integrates the responsibility of real estate registration into one agency, reinforcing the unified national registration system. The next one is the land registration procedure in China. The first thing to do is the application by submitting identity, land use proof, cadastral survey, and contract. The second thing is examination. Authority reviews completeness, validity, and conformity with zoning. The third one is registration entry. That's detailed entered into public registration, rights become legally effective. The fourth one is certificate issuance. Right holder receives certificates confirming their registrations. And the last one is post-registration updates. Any change or transfer must be registered. The next one is the advantages of land registration in China. The first one is legal certainty. Rights are protected by law, property law, Article 9. The second one, administrative efficiency, reduce registration time and unify the process. The third one, transparency, integrated databases and standardized certificates. And the fourth one, facilitation, economic facilitation, enables real estate market growth and the mortgage system. The weaknesses and challenges in the China land law: fragmented administrative legacy before unification. That was before it was unified. Inaccurate or incomplete land records. The third one is legal ambiguities in enforcement and rural collective rights. And the fourth one is the complication in land use changes, transfers, and mortgage. The last one is overlapping authority and insufficient digitization in rural areas. The conclusion: the land registration procedure in China represents a major institutional reform to bring greater clarity, efficiency, and security to immovable property rights. The unified registration system formalized in the 2012 nationwide regulations marks progress towards standardization and transparency. The advantages are considerable: enhanced legal certainty, reduced registration times, registration time, better data integration, and improved facility of transaction and economic use of land. However, however, the system still faces substantive challenges. The legacy of fragmented administration, incomplete records, legal ambiguities, rural land particularities, and obstacles to use change, an obstacle to use change and transfer remain. In many respects, in many respects, the registration system is more robust for state-owned or urban land rights than for rural collective land rights. Addressing this weakness will require continued institutional capacity building, support digitization, enforcement mechanism, clear rules for registration relation to substantive rights, and tailored solution for rural contexts. In essence, why China land registration procedure has come a long way. Its full promise lies in effective implementation, stand record keeping, and adaptive system that can handle the complexity of both urban and rural rights. That's all, and this is the references that I cited to collate all this information. So most of it are in China, but I try to use one of the mechanisms to translate some of the documents in order to get the outcome. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.